Just when we thought we'd heard it all about Foolio's murder, a new video just dropped and it's changing everything. This ain't just any footage, it's putting these suspects in a tighter chokehold than ever. One of them's already on the run, another one's folded and snitching, and whispers about younging Ace's mysterious role in this whole mess keeps getting louder with this new evidence in the streets talking. It looks like Foolio's killers are closer to meeting their fate than they ever thought. New footage condemns Foolio's killers. The mystery surrounding the tragic murder of Florida rapper Julio Foolio has taken a dark and revealing turn. On June 23, the 26-year-old rapper born Charles Jones was shot and killed outside a Holiday Inn in Tampa while celebrating his birthday. The crime shocked fans and sent waves through the hip-hop community, but now with the release of the full surveillance video, a new layer of horror has emerged. In a press conference days after the incident, Tampa police revealed the full extent of the brutal and premeditated attack that took Foolio's life. You can see the shooters getting into position for the planned-out murder, a police representative explained while narrating the footage, which shows 3 suspects strategically moving into place before unleashing a hail of gunfire on the unsuspecting rapper. The video, which follows the movements of the assailant as they ambush Foolio in the parking lot, paints a chilling picture of a cold-blooded murder plot. Just weeks after the murder, a leaked clip from the surveillance footage had surfaced online via TMZ showing one of the suspects firing an assault rifle into Foolio's vehicle. While the brief clip stirred outrage, the release of the full video confirmed what many had feared: Foolio's death was the result of a meticulously orchestrated setup. It's clear from that video what they were set out to do, and what they had planned to do, the police officer reiterated, underscoring the premeditated nature of the attack. As the investigation unfolded, 3 suspects were apprehended in connection with Foolio's murder. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office JSO arrested 18-year-old Sean G., 21-year-old Alicia Andrews, and 21-year-old Isaiah Chance Jr. Body cam footage from the arrest was shared by JSO on social media, adding to the already mounting evidence against the trio. Saturday afternoon, JSO SWAT CPR and gang unit members located and arrested Sean G., Alicia Andrews, and Isaiah Chance Jr. Read the JSO post on X, formerly known as Twitter. All 3 suspects were promptly taken into custody, and their involvement in the deadly plot became more apparent with each passing day. 2 additional suspects were identified as participants in the murder: Rashad Murphy and his brother Davian Murphy. While Rashad was arrested after a standoff in Jacksonville, Davin remains at large. Police believe Davin, 27, was also involved in the murder, with surveillance footage showing him wearing an orange ski mask and firing at Foolio's car. From a distance, authorities are urging the public to come forward with any information about his whereabouts, as Devon has a long criminal history, including convictions for aggravated assault and firearm possession. In court, the chilling footage was only one part of a larger narrative painting the suspects in a damning light. All 3 suspects, Gate, Andrews, and Chance, pleaded not guilty to murder charges during their arrest. Arraignment in Tampa, however, the atmosphere in the courtroom revealed something far more sinister. Rather than showing any remorse for their alleged role in the murder, the suspects appeared relaxed and indifferent to the gravity of their situation. Isaiah Chance, also known as Gaz, was even seen bobbing his head to the infamous diss track "Who I Smoke" by Foolio's rival Yoonjin Ace. Meanwhile, Alicia Andrews was caught joking with her lawyer during the proceedings, reinforcing the cold-heartedness behind the crime. This behavior has only fueled public outrage and reinforced the prosecution's determination to seek the harshest penalties. On Monday, Florida prosecutors made their intentions clear: they will seek the death penalty for Gathright, Chance, and Rashad Murphy if convicted. The announcement, made during a press conference, highlighted the severity of the charges against the suspects. All 3 face counts of premeditated first-degree murder with a firearm as well as conspiracy to commit murder. Prosecutors explained that under Florida law, anyone involved in the planning of a murder could be held accountable for the victim's death even if they didn't pull the trigger. This legal doctrine ensures that all 5 suspects, including Davin Murphy, will be tried for the murder of Foolio regardless of their specific role in the shooting. Alicia Andrews, who is accused of conspiracy to commit premeditated murder, was notably absent from the state's death penalty notice, but her role in the crime remains significant. Along with the others, she faces a potential life sentence without parole. The evidence against the suspects is mounting, and the prosecution has laid out a compelling case of premeditation. Under Florida law, premeditated murder involves a conscious decision to kill made in advance of the act. The timeline for this premeditated intent need not be long. It merely requires sufficient time for reflection before the act of murder is carried out. In Foolio's case, the surveillance footage captures the suspects methodically taking their positions around the parking lot waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Their actions leave little doubt that the crime was deliberate, planned and executed with ruthless efficiency. Had the suspects shown remorse or acknowledged the severity of their crime, they might have avoided facing the death penalty, but their callous attitudes both during the murder and in court have likely sealed their fate. Florida's legal system reserves the death penalty for the most heinous crimes, and it seems increasingly likely that the suspects' nonchalant behavior will play a role in their sentencing as the case against the suspects builds momentum. One crucial figure remains at large: 27-year-old Davin Murphy. Despite the efforts of law enforcement, Davin has managed to evade capture for more than 2 months, fueling speculation that he may have fled Jacksonville or even changed his appearance to avoid detection. With a long rap sheet and history of violent crimes, Davin is considered armed and dangerous. Authorities are urging anyone with information about his whereabouts to come forward, as they believe he played a significant role in Foolio's murder. Tampa police remain dedicated to capturing Devon and bringing him to justice. As a documented member of the 1200 gang, Devon has been involved in a violent feud with Foolio's 6-block gang, making his involvement in the murder both personal and premeditated. While Devon remains on the run, Alicia Andrews, one of the few female suspects in the case, has taken a different approach. Sources close to the investigation have revealed that Andrews is cooperating with law enforcement, and it appears she is willing to snitch on her co-conspirators in exchange for leniency. According to reports, Andrews has already started shifting blame onto the other suspects, casting herself as a victim of circumstance. Whether this strategy will work remains to be seen, but it's clear that Andrews is doing whatever she can to avoid the harshest possible punishment. Alicia Andrews tries to find a way out in the aftermath of the chilling murder of Florida rapper Julio Foolio. Alicia Andrews has been thrust into the center of one of the most high-profile criminal cases of the year. While the brutal killing stunned the hip-hop community, the ensuing investigation has painted a picture of calculated violence. As the case progresses, Alicia Andrews, one of the 5 individuals charged in connection with the murder, is now seeking a way out by attempting to distance herself from the crime and shift the blame onto her co-conspirators, particularly her boyfriend Shaw Gate. From the onset, Alicia Andrews has been a key figure in the murder investigation of Julio Foolio, alongside her C-ending Isaiah Chance, her boyfriend at the time. Shaw Gathright and Rashad Murphy. Andrews was implicated in the premeditated ambush that resulted in Foolio's tragic death. Surveillance footage and phone records have placed her at multiple locations on the night of the murder, following Foolio and his entourage to 2 nightclubs before the final ambush at a Holiday Inn parking lot in Tampa. Investigators determined that Andrews was not merely an accessory but an active participant in the crime. Using her phone, Andrews allegedly helped coordinate communication between her boyfriend Gathright and the other suspects as they stalked Foolio across multiple locations. Her vehicle was also used in the operation, with Andrews seen on video surveillance at key moments leading up to the murder. She was present at the scene of the crime, making it impossible for her to claim complete ignorance of the events that transpired. Yet despite the mounting evidence against her, Andrews is now trying to change the narrative, painting herself as a victim rather than a perpetrator. Her legal team has filed motions seeking to shift blame onto her co-defendants, particularly emphasizing the abusive relationship she had with Gathright, a dynamic they argue coerced her into participating in the crime. In a recent court filing, Alicia Andrews' defense team unveiled their strategy to shift blame away from their client by introducing claims of domestic abuse. They argue that Andrews' relationship with Gate was marked by emotional and physical manipulation, leaving her with little agency or ability to resist his demands. According to the defense, Gathwright's control over Andrews extended to the night of the murder, where he allegedly coerced her into aiding in the crime. The defense has emphasized the fact that this abusive relationship was known to law enforcement.